All right, happy people. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all having a good day. Give me 5. Come on now. Thank you. So I stumbled onto this video, this Western flick, apparently, and I was looking for like mukbang, the eating shows. I like watching those every now and then. And I came onto this video where this guy was eating a loaf of bread that was literally the size of his head. And not just a plate of beans, he actually literally ate the entire pan of beans, like unbelievable amount. And, I just thought it's been a while since I had a really good pork and beans. And that's what we're going to have today. Now, I could just simply have this baked beans and be done with it, right? But, gotta have meat. So I got this nice cut of pork. This is the leg part. You can use whatever you wish to. Some people actually prefer this with pork belly. Pork belly to me is more of a grilling purpose. So I just got a cheap cut, or maybe I just don't have that much money. And also, yeah, the can of baked beans. I could cook my own beans, but I'm all about less work and more flavor. Well, I hope we're all about less work and more flavor. I'm just the only one with the low expectations. We gotta have our onion. I like to use bay leaf for savory dishes. They actually bring in quite a bit of a flavor. So I'm gonna be using this. Now, for starters, I'm going to be using my pressure cooker. Now, we don't really necessarily have to use the pressure cooker, but that pork will take a couple hours to cook in just regular pan, because it will have to be simmered for a very long time. And I'm hungry right now, and I just don't have that much time on my hand. So I'm going to be using my pressure cooker. This will cut the cooking time down to just 30 minutes or so. And maybe with that size of meat, it'll just maybe take 20 minutes. So we open this up. And then I'm going to be putting my pork in it. There you go. So we're going to be seasoning this with salt. Generous amount, front and back. Pepper, of course. Again, generous amount. Garlic powder. Garlic powder is good on pork. I would say this is about a tablespoon worth. Just massage it. The more you massage the pork, you give it more flavor from your hand.
Hold up.
So generally, after we season it, you might want to leave it in the fridge for about, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, but we're going to put mustard on this. Mustard gives meat a very nice subtle flavor. Usually done with barbecues to give it the tangy flavor. Tangy, and makes the meat more savory. I've seen people do it. You don't really have to do this, but mustard really makes a big difference. I'm going to be putting some water in here, just enough to submerge it, and then I'm going to be putting in an onion peel. Just a layer of onion. Just rip it like so. Put them in, and give it a little more flavor with a bit of a Worcestershire. About, I would say, because this is tomato sauce based, so I like to use some ketchup. Good amount, just enough to cover the meat. I would say about 2 to 3 tablespoons of worth. So just one is fine. I know it doesn't really look like much right now, but when it's done, it's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna be putting this on our heat. Bam. When this thing really starts to heat up, this little knob right here is gonna start spinning. So when it starts to do that, I'm gonna be turning my heat to medium, and then let it cook for 20 more minutes or so, and we'll have ourselves a wonderful, wonderful piece of pork. Now, in the meanwhile, we're going to be preparing our onion. I'm going to be using about half of it. So half of this onion. We're just going to cut this in small dices. Shh. I need you to be quiet. What? Ah, shh. See how this knob is starting to turn right here? And it's starting to make that sound? Now, you don't want to turn the heat down here. You just want to wait a little more. And what's going to happen is this thing's going to turn even faster and quicker. So when it starts to do that, then that's when I'm going to turn the heat to medium and then really get that simmering going. Now, why am I telling you this? It's because I really have nothing else to do while I'm waiting for this thing to be finished. I'm bored. Huh. It's been about 20 to 30 minutes since it started boiling. And it should be done pretty soon. Oh. That's my alarm. It's a good song, don't judge me. Throw in a bit of oil. And we're going to caramelize these onions. And I'm going to be actually cooking this 2 times. One, I'm going to sweat them out. And then second time, I'm actually going to adding in the pork to cook together again and make sure they become like well done. And then they're all going to come together and it's going to taste amazing. So just got to keep stirring. Let me get the water, man. Let me get the water. So our pot has cooled down. All right, no steam coming out of there. I'm just going to open it up. Woo. Would you look at that? See how beautiful that looks? Man. Tender. All right, and we're just going to cut these. See, I don't even have to put too much of effort into it because it just kind of breaks down by itself like that. And this is exactly what we want. And this is what we want. We want the meat to fall apart like this. Beautiful. Just. Ow, ow. Ow! These can go in with the onions. They cook together and they'll be more tender. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk with food in my mouth. But if you were here, this is irresistible. We're going to be using We're going to be using the broth that's made from cooking the meat. And these have very good flavor. We're not going to use everything. Just going to coat them. Make sure that they don't burn. Like so. Couple more spoonful. And just cook until you believe that the onions are super done. They look really done, don't they? So this is when I open up can of baked beans. Then bless them with more flavor. I'm really not usually this talkative. You can choose not to believe me, but with all these cooking and talking together, I do it all for you, my dear subscribers, and the people who are watching. Thank you. All right, and there you have it. Plate of pork and beans. So good, makes you want to slap your mama. Don't slap your mama. So of course I had to get some bread. I didn't really feel like making a whole loaf of bread, so I just got myself a couple butter rolls. These are good enough. This is how we usually hold our spoon, right? But the way I've seen people eat this in movies, they like the whole spoon like this. So I'm gonna try that out. Alright, so here you go. Nice chunk of pork, well cooked beans, and this is just Flavor Town right here. Oh my god. Now I can kind of understand what that guy was doing in that movie. Man. I like to cook things that I see, whether I see them in like movies, TV, online, or even animations. I love trying out all kinds of recipes. So if there's any recipe or any type of food that you would like to see, have me try it or attempt to make it, please, by all means, leave it in the comment box. If I made you laugh and if I made you smile just even once, my job is well done. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have a wonderful day with warm stomach and happy thoughts. I'll see you in another one. Bye-bye now. I could have made this with sausage or bacon, but I told you this would be better with the actual pork.
Yeah, give me some too.
You got some money?